90% of used muscle car salesmen will lie straight to your face. The other 10%, even more dangerous, because they're good at it. There are 7 levels to this game, partner, and I've met every single one of them. Level 1, the fresh meat. The fresh meat is 22 years old, and it's his first week on the lot. Polo shirt 2 sizes too big, tucked into khakis his mama ironed. Sweating through the back of it by 10 in the morning. He's got a lanyard. He's got a clipboard. He's got absolutely no idea what he's doing. You ask him what's under the hood of that Chevelle, and he reads it off the window sticker like he's taken a test. It's got a 350? Honey, you don't ask, you tell. The fresh meat will quote you the wrong horsepower, call a 4-barrel carburetor a fuel injector thingy, and accidentally tell you the truth about the transmission slipping because nobody taught him to lie yet. And that's the thing about the fresh meat. He's the most honest salesman you will ever meet. Not because he's a good person, because he hasn't been corrupted yet. Catch him in his first 30 days, and you might actually get a fair deal, partner. After that, the lot gets to him. They always do. Some manager named Rick pulls him into the back office, shows him how the game really works, and 3 months later, that same sweet kid is telling folks a rusted-out Nova is a solid investment. The lot eats the honest ones first. Level 2, the Closer Wannabe. The Closer Wannabe read one book about sales, and it ruined him. He says, ABC, always be closing, without a trace of irony. He learned the firm handshake, but went too far, and now he's trying to crush your fingers like it's a contest. He looks you dead in the eye a little too long. Somebody told him eye contact builds trust, and he's going to build that trust if it kills you. This is the fella who says, I gotta be honest with you, before every single sentence. Honey, when a man tells you he's gotta be honest, grab your wallet and back toward the door. He's got a toothpick in his mouth he saw in a movie once. He calls everybody chief and boss and big guy. And he's got one move, the fake phone call. Oh, somebody else is coming to look at this Camaro at 3 o'clock. So if you're interested, we should move quick. Partner, there is no 3 o'clock guy. There has never been a 3 o'clock guy. And when that don't work, he disappears to go talk to his manager about your offer. Except there ain't no manager. He's standing behind a window eating a granola bar, watching you sweat, letting the silence do the work. He saw that in the book too. Level 3, the smooth talker. Now we're getting somewhere. The smooth talker has been doing this 5-6 years. He's polished. He's got the fake Rolex. And honey, I can spot a fake Rolex from across a parking lot. My daddy taught me that before he taught me to drive. Pointy shoes. A little too much cologne. Hair that does not move. Every car in his lot has a story, and every story is a lie. This Mustang belonged to a little old lady who only drove it to church on Sundays. Partner, that Mustang has a roll cage and slick tires. No church lady put a roll cage in a fastback. The smooth talker knows just enough to sound like an expert to somebody who knows nothing. He'll throw around words like numbers matching and all original and bank on you not knowing the difference. He's good. He's real good. And he will take your money with a smile so warm you'll thank him on the way out and recommend him to your brother-in-law. The smooth talker's greatest weapon ain't the lie. It's how much you want to believe him. He makes you feel like you're getting away with something, when really, honey, you're the one getting got. Level 4, the specialist. Now put down your guard for just a second, partner, because the specialist is the rare, honest one. This is the fella who genuinely knows muscle cars, knows 'em cold. He can tell a real Hemi Cudas from a clone by the fender tag and the broadcast sheet. He knows the difference between numbers matching, a tribute, and a restimod, and he'll explain it to you instead of hiding it. The specialist doesn't need to lie because the knowledge does the selling. You ask him a hard question and he gives you a real answer, even if it costs him the sale. No, that one's a clone. The real one would run you 3 times as much. Who says that on a car lot? The specialist does. My daddy had one of these working for him for 15 years, and that man sold more cars being honest than the whole rest of the floor sold lying. Respect, partner. If you find a specialist, you hold on to him. If you've made it this far, you clearly know your way around a car lot better than most. Hit subscribe and drop a comment. Tell me which one of these snakes you've dealt with. I read every single one, and I've got stories that'd curl your hair. Now we get to the big leagues. Level 5, the veteran. The veteran has been on the lot for 30 years. He's seen every trick because he invented half of them and retired the other half. He doesn't sweat like the fresh meat. He doesn't oversell like the wannabe. He doesn't even need the fake Rolex anymore. He's got a real one now, and he earned it. The veteran sells with silence. He lets the car do the talking. He'll hand you the keys, say, "Take your time," and walk away. And that quiet confidence is worth more than any sales pitch, because now you're selling yourself. He knows the history of every muscle car that's passed through the county in 3 decades. "Oh, that GTO? I sold that to a fella in 1991. He kept it 20 years, now his widow's selling it back." The veteran isn't selling you a car. He's selling you a piece of local history, and honey, that's a powerful thing. He remembers your daddy. He remembers the car your daddy wanted but never could afford. And somehow, magically, he's got one just like it sitting out back. That ain't a coincidence, partner. That's 30 years of paying attention. Level 6, the lot owner. The lot owner doesn't sell cars anymore. He owns the place. He's got the office in the back with the wood paneling and the leather chair and a humidor on the desk. He drives a Cadillac he didn't pay full price for. He shows up at 11, leaves at 2, and makes more than the whole sales floor combined. The lot owner's whole job is relationships. He knows the bank manager. He knows the auction guys. He knows which estate sales are coming up before the family's even done grieving. He sends the fresh meat out to sweat in the sun while he closes the deals that actually matter over a steak dinner. This was my daddy, partner. I grew up in that back office, doing my homework while he worked the phone, and I learned more about people in that room than I ever learned in school. Level 7, the auction king. This is the apex predator, partner. The auction king doesn't work a lot. He works a stage. Barrett-Jackson, Mecum, the big leagues. He stands up there with a microphone and a rhythm in his voice that hypnotizes a room full of millionaires into bidding against each other like it's a sport. This is where the real muscle cars trade hands. A 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cudas convertible sold at Mecum for $2.25 million. A 1970 Hemi Superbird hammered at Barrett-Jackson for $1.65 million. The auction king makes those numbers happen. He reads the room, finds the 2 rich fellas who both want the same car, and plays them against each other until the price doubles. He spots the nod, the raised finger, the wife elbowing her husband, and turns all of it into money. It's not lying. It's theater. It's the purest form of selling there is, and the men who are great at it are worth their weight in gold. A great auctioneer can add $100,000 to a card just with the rhythm of his voice. The auction king started as fresh meat once, sweating through a polo shirt on some lot in the middle of nowhere. 30 years later, he's selling million-dollar muscle cars to billionaires on national television. That's the whole ladder, partner, bottom to top. Now, before y'all flood my comments, yes, there's one more, and he's the future, honey, whether we like it or not. The online flipper. He's 26. He's never set foot on a real lot in his life. He buys and sells muscle cars on Bring a Trailer and Instagram without ever turning a wrench or getting grease under his fingernails. He's got a ring light, a podcast nobody asked for, and 40,000 followers who think he's an expert because he says clean title with confidence. Half the cars he sells, he's never even seen in person. He's a middleman with a phone. And the scary part, partner, he's making more money than the veteran ever did, selling cars he couldn't change the oil on. My daddy would have taken one look at this kid and said, "Honey, the lot used to be a place. Now it's an app." And I don't know whether to be impressed or heartbroken. So there it is, partner. The 7 levels of the used muscle car salesman. The fresh meat who's too green to lie. The closer wannabe with his fake phone call. The smooth talker and his church lady stories. The specialist who actually earns your trust. The veteran who sells with silence. The lot owner in the back with the cigar. And the auction king moving millions on a stage. Plus one kid with a ring light who's quietly taken over the whole business. Next time you walk onto a lot, you'll know exactly which one is standing in front of you. And honey, knowing that is worth more than any haggling trick I could teach you. If you made it to the end, you're a real one. Drop a comment and tell me which level you've dealt with and which one burned you. I read every single one. Hit that subscribe button. New videos every Monday and Thursday. This is Big Brenda. See y'all next time!